I said I was going to do it later, and then I realized I needed to set this up like now in preparation. So I am going to set up my 2024 everyday bullet journal. This is a journal that I've obviously used before. You can see here I fell off in July of 2023. I have no real excuse other than, just sometimes habits are broken and we just got to get back up and start again. So, this is a Vivid Scribbles A5 journal. I love this journal. This is probably one of my favorite journals so far. And the reason for that is the paper is really thick. It comes with 3 bookmarks. The pages are pre numbered, and so the index and the key is already set up for you too. Um, there's also test pages in the back, and it does come with a pocket. But I will say that the one thing that it lacks over the Archer and Olive is the feel of the cover. It is covered in a polyester or some kind of like something like that kind of fabric, whereas the Archer and Olives are covered in a linen or like an organic fabric, not a pure polyester like this one. So this one does kind of have a lot of stains on it, but that, I guess, it just shows that it's well loved. Um, you can find it on Amazon. It's fairly cheap. It does come with stickers. I love this journal. So I'm going to continue using it because I'm not done with it yet. I think I only got to page 61 before I totally realized that I, you know, needed to use it again. So I always start with a year in a glance, and I don't really have a plan for how I style my journal. Like, there's no theme going through the year. I might do a theme through the month, but it's never through the year. So, my year in a glance, I do it really simply, okay, because it's just something to refer back to. And I decided I was going to use my Inkjoy pens. Now, I do have a lovely collection of Jelly Roll pens that I just got myself, but I have had these Inkjoys sitting on my desk for like 6 months and I never even used them. So I figured, you know what, I'm going to use them. I picked a color for every month. As you can see in a minute, I decided I was actually going to plan this part out. Again, no theme. There might be a theme based on these colors that I chose, but I don't know yet. I won't know until I get to February and see if I fall back on that. But I figured, we'll just kind of plan it as we go. I use a regular calendar to kind of space out the months for me when I'm writing it out. Like, even though it's not 5 full weeks, I'll use 5 rows to space the month. And that does kind of work out for me here. I will admit that I'm just kind of winging it at first until I get into a rhythm, and then boom, it works out, or it doesn't, and then I gotta think something up on the fly. My husband was watching me film this though, and he was like, "You fill in your months really weird," and you might be right. I do kind of do a perimeter and then fill in the middle. It works for me, but whatever works for you works for you. Whatever works for me will work for me. I have to say though, I kind of love the green that I chose for December. I don't know if you can see it on the camera as well, but it's like this like tree forest deep green, and I was actually really really excited to use it once I realized it was in my pen holder. So yeah, I didn't really have a good color for November. For some reason I was like, oh, this looks like a peacock, that'll work for turkeys. But whatever. I decided I was going to do another calendar beside it. I have a task from my therapist to kind of monitor my intrusive thoughts. So I figured the best way I could do that is just a simple calendar. I know I did one in my reading journal, but this one is, yeah, for a long term study of myself. I don't have a key for it yet because I figured I would, you know, do that as I as I went as well. I realized that I had used this page inadvertently. So thankfully, my prior pages were done in an erasable ink. That's the friction pens. I have them in lots of colors. Um, and then what I couldn't erase, I figured, you know what, I'll just do a collage. I know I said before, I'm not an artist. I've tried. Like, there are some things that I'll craft, and that's really cool, but I can't draw. I can't draw to save my life. I love painting, though. Go figure. But collages, I can do collages. So I looked in my little scraps, and I realized that I had some that actually worked with that blue ink joy that I used for the month. It's polar bears and snow, and I was like, yeah, I'll use this. So one of the things that I collect, though, is stickers. My husband gets me stickers. My friends get me stickers. I love stickers. It might be because I can't I can't letter for the life of me, and I can't draw. So what better way to decorate something than with some stickers? So yeah, I pulled out my stickers. That sticker sheet right there with the purple and stuff like that, that actually came with this journal. I haven't had the heart to use it yet. Haven't really found a need for it yet, but those are the stickers that come with it. There's 3 sheets of them, and they're different. Maybe sometime this year. Anyways, so I figured I would find some stickers to go with this, and I'll probably add to it, and I'll show you guys later if anybody's interested. But next I'm doing my month at a glance. I don't do a lot of spreads. Every month we'll have the same kind of setup, and it will have a collage, it'll have a month at a glance, and then it'll have some trackers, and then my weeks. This is one of those trackers. This is for my bills. My husband and I split our bills, and these are the ones that I am responsible for. As you can see, I have a little tip in there that has the bills that I can expect every month. I do have to add to it because last time I made this was almost a year ago now. And I have to add to it now that I think about it. I have a couple of things I need to add. So that first column is the name of the bill. The second column is the amount. The third one is the due date. And then that fourth one will be when it was paid, or like, a place that I can check it off to denote that it's been paid. I do kind of like this system. It does actually help when I can see what I have coming up. I don't know why. Like, I check my bank account every day, but like I noticed that when I had this tracker, when I was doing my trackers, I actually didn't spend as much. So next I'm going to do my paydays, make sure it's marked when my payday is. I have a sticker, as you can see those stickers there. They are the Clever Fox Financials sticker sets. I love their stuff. I have a couple of their journals. I have a fitness journal and a recipe journal, but I have like all of their stickers. So I have a box there that says saved, and basically every payday, whatever I didn't spend between this payday and the last payday will go in that box. Then I have a sticker that's a little piggy bank for savings, one for brokerages, and one for investments. I do have those split up because I do have 2 different sets. One's basically like that just manages my trust fund, or not my trust fund, I'm sorry, my mutual funds, and then one that manages my stocks. Next, I'm going to do some health and wellness trackers. Of course, we have to have a water tracker. I do not use this like you would think, this water tracker. I have a big jug. Shout out to Juggies. I have a big jug. I fill that up. It's 4 water bottles per fill. It's like a half-gallon jug. And I will use that one sticker, that one water tracker for the whole month. And basically, if I have finished at least one of those jugs, I'll mark that I've completed a droplet. After that, I have meals that I have made. That's basically dinners for my husband and I, so we can track how often we're eating out. And then under that is work lunches. These are lunches that I take to work. I've made at home and taken to work. I set it up for one pie piece for a week, and then each day is a work day. Everything that's colored in is basically a day I don't need to worry about. These are my weekly spreads. I have a set number of columns and rows that I use. In the very front of my journal, I have in my key area actually is my grid spacing. I kind of know it by heart now because I've used it between a couple of different journals. I'm going to make 4 columns in this full spread right here. And then I'm going to make 6 rows. But Christina Lynn, there are 7 days in a week. Yes, but I don't look at my bullet journal on the weekends. So I have Monday through Friday and then 1 box for Saturday, Sunday. It's a combo box. It's also the smallest box. Why? Because my husband and I don't do anything. If we are doing something, I'll make a note, but I'll look at it on that Friday beforehand to remind myself. And then, of course, because it doesn't fit nicely, there are 3 extra days in the month, so I'm going to make 3 on the last page of the month. And then my favorite part, believe it or not, this is my favorite part of any of my bullet journals. I have what I call a brain dump. Put in my payday stickers. My brain dump is just that. It's a space that I can put notes, things to remind myself, and that way I don't have to go look for sticky notes or scraps of paper. No, I've written it in a brain dump in my journal. I just have to look through the brain dumps, and there it is. Back to my health and wellness, because I realized I need to track some other things. I have high blood pressure, and I need to make sure that I'm keeping an eye on that. And I want to watch it for myself and for my doctor. So I'm going to make a tracker for that, which is why there's a little heart with a little, blip blip on it. And then I also want to track my meds, like remind myself. Because my mind is like, since I started taking some of these meds, my memory is not that great. Like, I'm just not as sharp as I was. So I need some place that I can actually write that I've taken that particular medication on that day when I was supposed to. So here I am looking through my stickers and then realizing that I put that sticker in the wrong spot. I need to fix that. There we go. I also didn't plan this out very well because I only gave myself 27 spots. And then to finish up my journal, I used to do tabs for every month. And then although that looks cute, washi tape is not always forgiving and it doesn't fold where you want it to. So instead, I started doing these, as I'll show you in a minute, I started doing these edges. And actually that works a lot better for me. So here I am, and that's the end. I'll show you guys what it looks like at some other time when I'm done fussing with it. Gotta fuss. Always gotta fuss. Make it better. Make it better. Yeah, I'm happy with it. Thanks, guys.